Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of Draw with Rob. With me, Rob Biddulph. Now I am a children's author and illustrator. You might know me from books. I like this one, Blown Away. All about Penguin Blue who goes out flying his kite on a very windy day and ends up getting blown away. Maybe you've seen my latest picture book, which is called, oh look at that nice gold lettering, it's called Doggone. And it's all about Teddy here, who loses his human when he takes his human out for a walk one day. And it's a very funny story, this one. So many dogs I have drawn in this story. If you like dogs, you will like this story. Trust me. Right, but we are here today to draw a picture together. Now, I thought today, we've done a couple of monster drawings in the past, haven't we? I think video number 4 was Kevin, sort of a monster, as an imaginary friend. One of my books is called Kevin, and I showed you how to draw him. So he's sort of a bit monstery. And we did an actual monster. Draw with Rob number 19, I think, was a monster, a great big furry monster. But you know what? Monsters come in all different sorts of shapes and sizes, don't they? So I thought I would show you how to draw another monster today. I hope that's all right. And it's a really fun one, actually, because this is a monster. I call him a monster of rock because he is an electric guitar playing monster. I don't know why, it's just fun to draw. Sometimes it's just nice to draw fun things, isn't it? So I'm going to show you how to draw my monster of rock. Okay, so what you're going to need is a piece of paper, a pen, maybe something to colour with a bit later on. And this should take about maybe half an hour, maybe a little bit more, depending on how long you take to colour in. So should we start? Right, just in case you haven't seen one of my Draw with Rob videos before, this is how it works. We're going to draw a picture together. I'm going to start by drawing a little bit on my piece of paper here. Then you can pause the video and you can draw exactly what I draw. Start me up again. Watch what I draw. Stop me, and then you draw. Then I draw. Then you draw. I draw. You draw. I draw. You draw. I draw. You draw. And then we're going to end up with a lovely drawing at the end. Right. So shall we start then? Okay, we are going to start with quite a simple shape. It's almost a circle, right? About this sort of size, but it's not quite a circle. We're going to stop just before we join the circle up, like that. Okay? Then what we're going to do, from the point we finish, we're going to draw another circle. This one is slightly bigger. And we're going to join that up. Like that. So it's almost like two circles next to each other, but they're just joined up by this little bridge in the middle. Okay? So a slightly different start for us, this one, isn't it? Right. The next thing to do is underneath those two almost circles, we are going to draw a big curved line. Goes all the way under both of them, like that. So it's almost like two eyes and a smile. Funnily enough, that's exactly what it is, two eyes and a smile. But maybe not in quite the way you think it's going to be, because the next thing we're going to do is we're going to join up the two ends of our line in another curve all the way over the top, like that. Okay, when you've done that, I want you to draw smaller circle inside that circle, okay, and then a smaller circle inside that circle, and then inside those smaller circles I want you to draw an even smaller circle inside both of those. We're going to colour those ones in. There we go, really starting to look like eyes now, aren't they? Don't worry if your circles aren't perfect, mine aren't perfect at all. We just keep on drawing. There's no such thing as a perfect drawing, remember? There's no such thing as a wrong drawing either. So no need to screw your drawings up and start again. Okay, the next thing to do is I want us to draw a couple of eyebrows. This is how we're going to do the eyebrows today. We're just going to draw one of them. It's going to be a sort of straight line, maybe slightly curved, just sort of brushing the top of that eye and coming out of the edges like that. So one like that, and then the other one we're going to do the same thing but brushing the top of this eye. So they're slightly sort of wonky eyebrows, and that's going to come out of the side of that shape, like that. starting to look quite quirky, quite full of character already. Okay, the next thing to do is I want us to draw a couple of triangle shapes, okay? The first one is going to be here, in this sort of gap we've got here. We're just going to do a straight line up and a straight line down, like that. And the other one is going to be in this little gap here. Straight line up, straight line down. And these are going to be our monster's teeth sticking up out of his jaw, his bottom jaw. Let's give our monster some horns, shall we? So we are going to draw sort of another triangle shape, but we're going to do it coming up out of here, slightly curved. We're going to slightly curve the end, we're going to turn back round and join back up with the head, like that. And we're going to do the same over here. We're going to come out, turn around, and go back, like that. A couple of cool, monstery horns. Let's just add a few lines across them. Sometimes I like to do them like this, sort of all at different angles, some closer together, slightly overlapping the edges of our horn. Just to add a bit of sort of stylistic quality to our drawing. There we go. Two little monster horns. Okay, let's give him a couple. What else do monsters have? They have sort of, I don't know, there's no rules I guess with monsters. No one knows what monsters really look like, I suppose, do they? So I'm going to give him sort of a couple of antennae sort of things, or a bit like those funny horn things that we drew on top of our giraffe. When did we do the giraffe? Giraffe was video, oh my gosh, number 31. That's a long time ago now, isn't it? So what I'm going to do two lines sticking up out of his head, like that. And then at the top of that, I'm going to draw a sort of egg shape, like that. And we're going to do another one coming out. We're going to go at this angle this time, I think. So two lines and our sort of funny egg shape on top. There we go. Doubling up on his horns, isn't he? Two horns like that and two horns like that. Okay, let's start on our monster's body. We're going to start with one of his arms, I think. Now this is how we're going to do this bit. We are going to draw a big sort of, it's going to be a curved line. We're going to come all the way around here like that, but we're not just going to do it in a straight line. We're going to do it in a sort of zigzaggy line like this, because do you know, I do this quite often, don't I? It's when I want to make something look like it's covered in fur. You just sort of do a zigzag line instead of a smooth line, and it just makes them look a little bit sort of furry. So we're going to come around, all the way around like that. Where should we go to? Let's go to about here, and then we're just going to start coming around in a tighter curve, which is basically going to be the end of his arm. And then we're just going to go back up here and just start to curve around there. So the arm has come all the way around like that. Now, we need to do this drawing in a particular order, because we're going to do, remember this is a monster of rock. Our monster of rock is going to be playing an electric guitar. So we need, this is the arm that's going to be ding 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 playing the guitar. So that needs to be in front of the guitar. So the next thing we need to do is the guitar itself. This is how you draw a guitar. Let's start from the middle of his arm, like that. And we are going to go up, down, and up again, in a sort of bumpy curly shape, like that. Okay. Then we have to imagine that that goes through his arm like that, carries on around. We're going to come around again, like this, and we're going to sort of do another bit of a curve, like that. Don't worry if you don't get this perfect. The good thing about electric guitars is they come in all sort of different shapes and sizes. So again, I don't think there's anything, you can't really go wrong with this. Then what we do from this end, we're going to turn around and we're going to do a sort of semicircle shape. It goes all the way around there. You might need to extend this up like I did. I didn't quite aim right, did I? And join them up like that. And that is going to be the sort of the body of our electric guitar. Okay, let's do the arm of our electric guitar now. So you have to imagine that the arm is going to go straight up there. So from the middle area here, we're going to do a dead straight line coming out. How long would that be? Probably about that long, do you think? And let's do another one next to it, like that. That's about right, I think. And let's just join it up at the end in a sort of rectangle shape. And then at the top we've got to do the headstock of the guitar. This is how we do that. We do 2 little diagonal lines coming out like that, 2 more straight lines going in the same direction as these 2, like that, and then we just join them up at the end. And that's going to be the top end of our guitar. Now then, we need to add some detail to our guitar down here. So I am going to draw a straight line up there, and then I'm just going to draw a big curved shape that goes around there and behind his arm, just like that. Let's maybe put a couple of little buttons on this part of the guitar down here. Then let's add some rectangles. We'll add one just behind that area there, another one in there slightly narrower, and a third one just behind the arm there. Starting to look quite guitarish, isn't it? Then let's add lots of lines on the arm. Now with the guitar, they start close together down at this end, and then they get gradually wider apart as you go up towards the top of the guitar, like that. Okay. Now we need to add a bit of detail to the top end of our guitar here. First of all, 6 circles. 1, 2, 3 on that side. 1, 2, 3 on that side. And then each of these is going to have a sort of little hammer shape next to it sticking out the side, so almost like a T shape, which is the actual tuning part of a guitar. So this is quite a detailed drawing of how we do a guitar, but hopefully we're doing it in such little bite-sized pieces that you're able to follow along easily. There we go. So 6 circles and 6 little sort of T shapes sticking out the side. I'm going to add a little arrow shape in there behind as a little kind of design detail of my guitar, like so. Okay, now we need to add some strings to our guitar, don't we? So this is a tricky bit. We are going to draw really thin straight lines that go all the way up the neck of our guitar, and each one goes to one of those circles. We need to somehow, if we can, fit 6 in here. You know what? I'm going to go into super speed mode to do this bit so you don't have to watch me do it. So ready? 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, there we go. There's my guitar strings added. Now we need to draw the rest of our monster's body in, because we've drawn the guitar now and the body will be behind the guitar. That's why we did the guitar first. So let's start with this side of his body. So just from the right hand end of his mouth, we're going to come down. We're going to do some more of those zigzaggy lines, but we're going to come down here to the guitar in almost a straight line, just with zigzags. And then we're going to carry on from behind the guitar to about there, and then I think we're going to go across the bottom. This is going to be the bottom of his body, and that's going to tuck in behind his little guitar, like that. Okay. And then let's just draw this side of his body now. We can do the same thing. It's going to be coming down there, and it's just going to disappear behind his guitar. Now I'm going to have to continue my arm up just to join up the body there, so it looks like it's coming out from behind his body. Let's do his other arm going up in the air as if he's, you know, doing that rock sign, except we probably won't do that because he's got these just rounded ends, but he's doing the sort of holding his arm up in the middle of his guitar solo. So we are going to go up from here. Again, we're using the nice zigzaggy line to suggest a nice furry arm. There, I reckon it's probably about that long, isn't it? So let's start going back. We're going to come back down. We're going to go back around here, and we're going to join up with his body. There we go. One arm playing guitar, one arm up in the air. Now, the only thing we need to do, we need to give him some legs. He's got little thin legs, this monster, so they're just going to be coming down just from behind his guitar, like that. One there, and one there. And I'm going to give him, let's think, I'm going to give him feet like this. 3 little sort of long toes. There we go. This is why I love drawing monsters. You can just make it up as you go along, can't you? So there's my monster. Should we give him a little paw pad? Why not? There we go. We could put a circle there, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 circles there to make it look like his palm is facing us. So there we go. There's our little monster, our rock monster, all ready to be coloured in by us. Now, you know what I'm going to say, don't you? There is no rules with the colouring. Who knows what colours monsters are? I don't know what colour I'm going to do mine yet. I might decide, I don't know. Let's see. I'll have a think. I'll see what pencil I pick up first and just go with it, I think. So I'm going to disappear. I'm going to go into super speed mode. Any colour you like. The guitar can be any colour you like. The more colourful, the better, I'd say. But I will see you back here in about 30 seconds or so. Okay? Are you ready? 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Okay, so there is my finished rock monster. So you can see what I've done here. I've sort of, as I've shaded him in, I've sort of done lots of lines. I've used lots of lines in my shading, just sort of along here, and you can see I've made the lines go in the direction that the arms are pointing, or you know, the direction that the fur would hang on his body. Or you know, you see here the arm, the fur sort of follows the curve of the arm around, and I've used lots of lines just to make it look even more kind of furry, and that just really helps to describe visually the form of your monster, if you see what I mean. So even on the legs, I'm just going to add lots of little bits of texture there, and it all helps add to the character that you've drawn. So I've gone for like a brown monster with a nice blue electric guitar, but I cannot wait to see what you guys have done. So what you need to do, you need to get your grown-up to take a picture of your drawing, post it on social media using the Draw with Rob hashtag. That way I will get to see it, and that'll be super fun if I get to see it, because I can't wait to see it. I think I've got a good feeling about this one. I think you're all going to do really fantastic drawings. Don't forget, everybody, sign your drawings so that everybody knows who has created these wonderful works of art. Okay, so there you go. How to draw a rock monster. Half an hour that took, didn't it? No problem at all. And to think, some of you think you're not very good at drawing. I don't know. Right, I'm going to be back very soon for another episode of Draw with Rob. In the meantime, take care of yourselves, be kind to each other, and I'll see you soon. Bye everyone. Hello, it's me. You didn't expect to see me that soon, did you? I hope you really enjoyed that video that you've just watched. I can't wait to see the drawings that you've done. Don't forget to share them using the Draw with Rob hashtag. I just wanted to pop up here and remind you that the Draw with Rob activity book is out now. If you would like to grab yourself a copy, you can get it from wherever you get books from, and it's full of really cool things for you to do, colouring pages, lots of the draw-alongs of your favourite characters that we've done on these videos here, and there's a little frame for you to draw your pictures in, perforated edge so you can tear the picture out easily and stick it up on the wall. But there's loads of really cool things for you to do. As I said, colouring pages, little thing. I've started drawings off and you've got to finish them, that kind of thing. And then right at the end, if you go through the book and you really enjoy yourself, look, there's even your very own certificate to stick up on your wall to say that you are officially an ace artist. So there you go. That book is available now. I'll stick a link somewhere in the post or on the YouTube page for you if you are interested in buying it. In the meantime, this time I really am going. I'll see you very soon for another Draw with Rob video. Take care.